welcome. Welcome to the full body chakra scan. I'm really looking forward to this practice because my hope is that for you, you've been doing this practice for 7 weeks now. We have touched on each individual chakra, and the hope is that we can bring them all together so that you feel an energetic completion. So we're just going to start in a seat. So I recommend bringing, as always, a block or a pillow underneath you. And you'll notice that I don't have anything else other than one block for me for simplistic purposes for tonight. But as always, you can have any other props that are going to make this practice really supportive and comfortable for you. And begin to flutter your eyes shut. Allow your non-dominant hand to support your dominant hand. So for me, I'm right-handed, so I'm going to allow my left hand to support my right hand. Palm space up in the center of the lap. And begin to root down through the tailbone. Noticing how the earth below you has full support. Noticing that your hips can begin to get heavy into that space below you. And then with a few rounds of cleansing breath, we'll scan the spine from the root all the way up to the crown of the head, and then let it out just the same way it came in. So start with the bottom and take a big breath in. Let it fill you from bottom to top. Hold for a moment at the top. Exhale with a sigh. Let it all go, grow heavy. Do that 2 more times. And maybe you noticed that there were maybe certain spaces in the body that are holding physical tension. Maybe a tightness in the belly or the chest or the throat. Maybe tension in the shoulders or the jaw. Maybe the eyebrows are squishing together. It's usually an indication if we're tight in specific places in the body, that's an indication that maybe we're holding on to something energetically. And so this practice tonight is going to help us move through our deeper, more subtle, energetic bodies so that we can learn better how to find balance internally so that we no longer have to hold on to that stuff in the body. So bring your awareness back to the tailbone. Begin to notice a red light in that space, very bottom of the spine. And notice as that red light begins to rotate like a wheel. Then use your inhale to let that red light rise all the way up the spine to the crown of the head. Exhale to watch it release just the same way it came in. And then rise up just 1 notch, bringing your awareness to the sacrum. Notice an orange wheel in that space. And as you breathe in, allow that orange wheel to rise up the spine, pausing at the crown of the head. And then let it all the way out, releasing all the way down to the tailbone. So below the space that it started. And then bring your awareness to the space behind the navel. And notice a yellow light rotating in that space. Use the inhale to allow that yellow light to rise up the spine, pausing at the crown of the head. Exhale to allow it to release all the way down the spine, passing the point where it started, down to the tailbone. And then bring your awareness to the space behind the heart. Noticing a green light rotating in that space. As you breathe in, allow the breath to rise from the back of the heart up to the crown of the head. Pause at the top. Exhale all the way down, releasing down further, deep down towards the root of the spine. So just allowing these lights to heal you from within. And bring your awareness to the space behind the throat. Envisioning a blue light rotating in that space. Allow your breath to start from there as you breathe in up to the crown of the head. And then on the exhale, release it down the spine all the way to the root. And bring that awareness to the space at the back of the head, right between the eyebrows. Envisioning an indigo light in that space, and allow your breath to start from there. Rise up to the top, crown of the head, and then exhale all the way down the spine. Push the breath out of the body. And then lastly, bringing your awareness to the crown of the head. Envisioning a violet or maybe just a bright light resting at the crown of your head. And as you breathe in, allow your energy to rise up and expand all around you, breathing in even more than you think you can. And then let that breath go, releasing that violet light all the way down the spine, ending at the base of the spine. And then use your next inhale to carry your arms out and up. And on the exhale, push the palms in front of your body, round through the spine, push that breath away, palms towards the screen. Inhale, reaching out and up, maybe finding a slight back bend. Exhaling to push that breath away, round through the spine, chin to chest. Do that one more time, gathering all the positive energy that's around you. And the exhale, pushing all the negative energy away. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, positivity, light. Exhale, whatever's stale. Inhale, one more time, arms up, palms together at the top. Exhale, hands down to heart center. And then gently begin to open your eyes. Maybe sigh it out. And then we'll come into a child's pose. Your favorite version of child's pose. You can bring a bolster under your belly for extra support. You can keep the knees together to stretch through the spine, or maybe big toes together, knees apart. Once you get to a space that feels grounding, that allows your body to become heavy, come back to envisioning the light at the base of the spine, that red, deep red light. And breathe and surrender into that space. Finding an earth grounding quality here. And you might repeat the mantra so hum in the few minutes that we rest here. So hum means I am. If you like, you can fill in I am with supported. I am cared for. I am loved. I am connected to my purpose. Whichever of those mantras speak to you, repeat that with each breath cycle. You could say so hum as you breathe in. I am as you breathe out. Allowing each exhale to drop you deeper into this posture, to drop you deeper into the trust that is the support below you. Think about breathing in through the back of the heart. And as you exhale, allow the chest to drop deeper towards the mat. And inhaling into the back of the hips. Exhaling to allow the hips to drop deeper, closer towards the feet. Just a few more seconds here. You can begin to rock the head side to side if you like. And maybe bring that rock all the way down the spine so that eventually the hips are rocking side to side. Slowly, with ease, begin to work your way up to all fours, hands and knees. Taking your time to get there, and then we'll work our way towards barrel rolls. Just walking your hands forward about 6 inches, hips forward, knees wide as you begin to draw circles with the hips. Starting with small circles, and then slowly expanding with time. So beginning to tap into a water element, bringing our awareness to that orange light once again, right around the sacrum. That space where we embody our creativity and sensuality. That space that, when balanced, allows us to really feel. And so as you continue to draw circles with the hips, you might find the mantra VAM, which means I am the creator of my entire reality. A short version of that could also be I feel and I am creative. Slowly begin to draw circles in the other direction. Maybe there's some popping and cracking, that's okay. That's the hips' way of releasing what they no longer need to hold. Continue visualizing that orange light expanding and soothing with each round of breath. And then next time you find that your hips are forward, pause in a cobra-like position with the knees heavy. And then slowly begin to draw yourself down into a sphinx, bringing the forearms to the ground, elbows under shoulders. And so we want to make sure to keep those two elements that we've started with. So a grounding position with the forearms and the palms. Using leverage from the earth to find stability in this place. And then allow the glutes to relax. So softening through the hips, which allows you to feel the benefits of this posture, really opening through the front of the body. And then tying into the fire aspect of our solar plexus, we will envision that yellow light right behind the navel. And we'll tap into our fire with breath of fire. So breathing rapidly in and out of the nose, focusing more on the exhale than on the inhale. And so you will notice as you do that, that your belly will move back and forth towards the spine. There, I was just trying to mute you. I think I did. Okay, yeah, I think you're muted. And so back into that Sphinx. And so we'll do about 20 rounds of this breath of fire. Begin when you're ready. Soften through the jaw, soften through the eyes. Allow the shoulders to melt down the back. Continue for 10. And then take a breath in. Hold that breath in. See if you can sip in a little bit more air. And when you feel that you can't hold it any longer, let the breath go. Find crocodile, stacking palms. Bring the forehead to the palms. Soften through the glutes. Allow the heels to fall out, toes to fall in. Soften the thighs and the calves. Allow your body to surrender. Feel your heart beating inside your chest. Breathe in a calm body and mind. Breathe out and feel your whole body smile. Breathe in, dwelling in the present moment. Breathe out, know that this is the only moment. Breathe in a calm body and mind. Breathe out, feel your whole body smile. Breathe in, dwell in the present moment. Breathe out, know that this is the only moment. Breathe in a calm body and mind. Breathe out, feel the whole body smile. Breathe in, dwell in the present moment. Breathe out, know that this is the only moment. And then we'll be coming into the heart chakra. And since the heart chakra is the bridge connecting our physical body to our energetic bodies or our spiritual bodies, we're going to do 2 different postures to open this space. So we'll first start with the 8-point delt stretch by extending the left arm long so that the left hand is in line with the shoulder. You can bring a block or a pillow under the head, bring the gaze to the right so that the left cheek is to the mat, and slowly begin to stack your right hip on top of the left, stretching through the front of the left shoulder. Really push that left palm into the ground. Maybe you shift the left hip forward a little bit and allow the right foot to come to the mat and the right knee to be up. Remembering just to come to that space where you're at your first edge. Space where you can continue breathing fully. Space where you can soften. Space where you can continue to embody those qualities that we've been practicing. Qualities of rootedness, of feeling and creativity, and of passion and energy. Continue being with those qualities as you also begin to open through the heart, finding your qualities of love and compassion. Between now and 3 breaths from now, slowly bring your right hand in front of your heart to give yourself support to come out of that posture. And then we'll just begin to make our way to the other side, extending the right arm so that the right hand is in line with the right shoulder, right cheek to the mat, and taking your time to begin to stack the left hip on top of the right. Maybe lifting the right hip slightly to shift it forward. And that left hand can stay in front of the belly or chest, giving you support. Or if you'd like more, you can wrap that left arm around the low back. You'll probably notice that as you continue to breathe into that stretch, that the sensation gets more and more subtle. So that you can find more depth, more opening into that space. Sometimes all we need is a pause, a moment, just to rest in a space of discomfort, trusting that eventually it will ease. So between now and 3 breaths from now, bring your left hand in front of your chest to give you support and slowly ease your way out. Coming back into crocodile. This time, one cheek to the mat, both arms by your side, palms face up. And allow your body Just to find a big sigh of relief. You can let the hips rock side to side. And then bring your hands under your shoulders and we'll begin to push our hips up so that they're over the knees, finding melting heart pose. You might start by just extending the arms forward and bringing the forehead to the mat. You'll notice a deep compression in the shoulders. So this is option one. Really, option one would be with the head on a block so that you're even more lifted. Option two would be forehead to the ground. Option three would be chin and chest to the ground, gaze forward. Finding the option that you can breathe in, that you can let go in. And envisioning the color green, rotating in the space behind the heart. You might say the mantra, Yam, Yam. Promoting love, compassion, forgiveness, and acceptance. So this is a really good time to consider a place in your life that you can offer these qualities to. That might be to yourself. Maybe it's to someone close to you. Who do you know that could use more love, compassion, forgiveness, and acceptance? You might use the last few rounds of breath in this posture to offer that. And then when you're ready, begin to walk your hands under your shoulders. Push your way up into a seated posture with feet under the hips. You can take a block and put it under the tailbone if you like. This gives you a little bit more support, especially helps the knees. And then we'll come into sound, tapping into our throat chakra. So visualizing the color blue behind the throat. And we'll clasp our hands behind our head and make a little noise with our breath. Tapping into our higher energy as well. So on the inhale, push the heart up to the sky as you open the shoulders. And on the exhale, find a lion's breath as you push the breath out round through the spine. Continue for 5. Allow yourself to make noise. One more. Inhale. Exhale, one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart. Close the eyes. I express myself freely and joyously. I am worthy of being listened to. Repeat that to yourself. I express myself freely and joyously. I am worthy of being listened to. Or if you like the Sanskrit mantra, you can also repeat hum, hum, hum. And bring palms together and rub them together, creating heat in between the palms. So the body parts associated with the throat chakra are the shoulders and the throat and the jaw. So I invite you to place that heat in any of those spaces that might need it. And give yourself a nice gentle massage. And so again, checking in that we're still honoring the qualities of the lower chakras. So staying grounded. Allowing yourself to feel your own support. Trusting your own creativity and trusting your body enough to know what it needs in this moment. Maybe massaging all of those spaces. This is a good time to also play with opening the mouth wide. And maybe wiggling the jaw. Just releasing tension and spaces all around the throat. Good. And then when you're ready, release your hands down. And we'll tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back for downward facing dog. So again, incorporating all those elements, grounding down through the hands and feet, bending the knees slightly, squeeze the muscles at the pelvic floor together. Pull navel to spine and then open in the back of the heart. So spread the shoulder blades away from each other. And then take a big breath in through the nose. Let it go with a sigh. Do that 2 more times. On your next exhale, walk the hands back towards the feet. Bring the hands to the shins, rise up halfway. And then spread the feet wider than hip distance apart. Bend through the knees. Bring the elbows to the thighs above the knees. Round through the spine. Let the chin drop in towards the chest. So looking to feel a release from the low back all the way out of the crown of the head. And if you're not quite at your stretch edge, you can release your hands down, allowing the palms to face up. This is a good time to shake out the head a little bit. And maybe you watch your breath as it rises up the backs of the legs and then releases all the way down the spine, allowing whatever no longer serves you to release from the crown of the head. Find a deep bend in the knees, and on the inhale, rise up 1 vertebrae at a time. Let the head and the arms hang heavy. Moving as slow as possible. And when you rise all the way up to your mountain, walk the feet under the hips and lift the shoulders up and back a few times. Open the eyes if they're closed and find a soft gaze in one point in front of you and imagine that you're staring at a candle flame. So tapping into the third eye chakra, perceiving with clarity. Stay rooted through the feet. Stay open through the heart. Stay strong through the core. And even though you have a focused gaze, see about finding softness in that space. And begin to allow the eyes to slightly shut, but there's a small crack where you can still see the flickering flame. Eventually allow the eyes to shut completely. And then place the fingers over the eyes. So there's darkness around the eyes, but you should still be able to see that flame, see that light right in your mind's eye. So encouraging a deep focus. Trusting that you have everything that you need inside of you. You carry a wisdom, a light that can illuminate your path. Bringing balance to your intuitive energy will deepen your insights and remind you to trust your innate inner wisdom. Release your hands down and open your eyes. And we'll make our way back to our seat. Coming into Gomukhasana or cow face pose, we're going to start with the right leg wrapped around. And so we'll stack our right knee on top of the left. If it's too much on your left knee, you can just extend your left leg out long, like so, and just still have the right knee stacked on top. If you are bending that bottom leg, sometimes it helps me to come into it more deeply by shifting forward onto my hands and knees, and then sitting back into it. You might try that. And then check that both sides of the tailbone are as rooted as possible. So typically the right hip wants to lift a little bit. Try to push the right hip down just as much as the left. You might even pull the cushion away from the left side. And then bring index and middle finger to the big toes. And find length in the spine. And soften your gaze forward, or you're welcome to close those eyes. And once again, find a scan from the tailbone all the way up the crown of the head. As you breathe in, visualize every light, so the color of the rainbow. Just in a quick scan as you breathe in, and then allowing all those colors to soothe and soften your whole body on the way out. Do that again. So brightening and expanding those colors, those lights as you breathe in. And then softening and soothing as you let go. Do that one more time. Take a big breath in. Hold it at the top, so at the crown of the head. Sip in a little bit more air. Noticing that light as it expands all around you. When you're ready to exhale, let it go and round through the spine. Let the chest and belly rest on the thigh, palms face up. You can always bring a block or a pillow in between you so that you're letting go, but you have the support that you need so that you're not going past that stretch edge. Breathing in and out of the nose. We will be here for 1.5 minutes. You can breathe in. My energies are balanced. Breathe out. I am whole. Breathe in, my energies are balanced. Breathe out, I am whole. Since we're opening through the hips, you can also come back to visualizing that orange light. Maybe repeating the mantra Vam, 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 Vam. Slowly work your way up. And then resting your hands behind you to extend the legs forward. You can give a little shake of the knees, maybe windshield wipering the feet side to side. And then we'll find the other side when you're ready. Stacking left knee on top of the right. Usually one side is a little bit easier to get into than the other. So take your time. Finding support from both sides of the seat. Index and middle finger grabbing the big toes. Finding length through the spine. Allow the shoulders to soften. Allow the gaze to soften. Release the muscles in the jaw and the eyebrows. And find that scan with the breath. From the base of the spine all the way up to the crown of the head. Letting it go just the way it came in. And you can always find breaths of release if you find that this posture brings up any heavy emotions. A good one is the Sushumna breathing, which is in through the mouth and out of the nose. And as you take your next breath in, hold it at the top. Sip in a little bit more air, squeeze the muscles at the pelvic floor. When you can't hold anymore, let it all go and drop heavy. My energies are balanced. I am whole. Ask yourself if there's any way that you can drop even heavier into this posture. Can you trust your body and the support below you to just release? Slowly work your way back up. Extending the legs long. You could do another shake out of the legs, or if you want, you can massage around the knees. My yoga instructor the other day said that there are happy endorphins that release when we massage the knees. So we don't know if that's scientifically supported, but it sure feels good. We give ourselves a little love in that area. We'll come to our back. And if you have a block, grab it or a pillow. And we're going to place it under our tailbone for supported bridge. Allow the hips to be heavy. And if you don't have a block or a pillow to do this, you can just lift the feet up, finding waterfall. That's where we're heading next. If you are here with me, I invite you to just really allow the pelvis to be super heavy. And then when you're ready, you can lift the feet so that they're up above the hips. You might envision nectar dripping from the feet all the way down the legs and pulling at the throat, and the heart, and the third eye. So nourishing those spaces where you embody your fullest compassion and your truth and your ability to perceive. You might allow the knees to drop back towards the chest or the underarms. Maybe rotate through the ankles. And if you have it in your practice and you'd like, you can find even a plow pose, lifting the feet so that, or the knees are resting on your forehead, feet back to the ground behind you. Wherever you are, just ensure that you're still breathing fully. No constriction whatsoever. Slowly release the feet down, lift the hips up, release the block underneath you, and bring feet wide and allow the knees to drop in towards each other. Hands resting on the low belly. And just be here for a moment. Our last posture is supine twist. So rinsing clean officially what no longer serves us. We'll shift our hips just slightly to the left. Let the knees drop over to the right. The left knee stacks on top of the right knee. You can place a block or pillow in between the thighs if that feels like too much. Gaze is up or to the left. Feel the breath expanding and contracting your whole being. So we have arrived at the crown chakra. Our source of enlightenment and spiritual connection to all that is. With the color violet resting at the crown of the head. So a lot of the postures that we've done tonight help to stimulate that space. And the mantra of the crown is a silent Om, standing for complete consciousness. And so you can repeat to yourself that mantra, Om. That also symbolizes or is the sound of universal vibration. And so the frequency that runs through each and every one of us. Slowly bring your knees back to the center and then over to the other side. You might scan, checking to see if there are any spaces that you're still holding on to. And if so, invite your breath into that space. Letting that space know with each exhale that it no longer has to hold. Reminding your whole being that you are energetically balanced and whole, just as you are. When you feel even on both sides, slowly come back to the center and find your way into Shavasana. You might place something over your eyes to block any light that's around you. Allow the legs to extend long, feet to fall towards the corners of the mat, palms to face up. You can take a few fallout breaths to aid in your body's complete release. And before you really drop down, ask yourself, what aspect of your spirit or consciousness are you thankful for right now? As you inhale, breathe in, I'm grateful for. And breathe out, thank you, thank you, thank you. Do that one more time. Breathing in, I am grateful for. Letting go, thank you, thank you, thank you. And release. with you here between. Lovers work so that when body and soul are no longer together, their loving will be free. Wash in wisdom water so you will have no regrets about the time here. Love is the vital core of the soul, and of all you see, only love is infinite. Your non-existence before you were born is the sky in the east. Your death is the western horizon with you here between. The way leads neither east nor west but in. Test your love wings and make them strong. Forget the idea of religious ladders. Love is the proof. Your senses are water spouts. Drink rain directly off the roof. Water spouts are easily damaged and often must be replaced. Say this poem in your chest. Don't worry how it sounds going through your mouth. A human body is a bow. Breathing and speech are arrows. When the quiver and arrows are used up or lost, there is nothing more for the bow to do. Take a big breath in and let it go. And begin to find gentle movement of the fingers and toes, waking up the body. Eventually rolling onto one side, supporting the head with the arm, pulling knees into chest, coming from corpse pose to fetal pose, symbolizing a fresh start with this practice. And then slowly push yourself up to a seated pose, lotus posture. And find lotus at the heart center with the palms, bringing the edge of the palms together and the thumbs and pinkies, allowing the 3 middle fingers to extend out, symbolizing purity and freedom. So here we have emerged through the confines of the physical body, the ego, and the mind. Keeping your eyes closed, visualize that white light that surrounds your body, allowing you to stand out in your murky surroundings and guiding you forward with clarity. Allow the palms to close in towards each other, Anjali Mudra. Together, let's take a big breath in. And let it go. The light in me honors the light within you. Namaste. Thank you.